Okay, the session is on recording, and I want to welcome you to tonight's session. Yeah, we'll have two topics to handle in the essential soft skills. We started yesterday, so without wasting time, let's dive into the class. Okay, yesterday we um yeah, yesterday we treated leadership skills. We equally treated communication and problem solving skills. So these are very strong qualities every project manager on or every leader, let's call it leader because you're a leader, you need to have these qualities. It's essential. Why I say essential is that it's not negotiable. That where the essential comes into this topic. We say essential skill means that it's something you cannot do without, as long as you want to be a successful project manager. You must have good leadership skills. You must have good communication skills. You must have good problem solving skill, and you must be very much flexible. Yeah, and that is what is bringing us to the fourth topic, that is adaptability. Adaptability, that you can say adaptability can be called flexibility as well. So you cannot be rigid. It's not possible for you to become so rigid. In today's world, it doesn't work. So you need to be very much adaptable, because we project managers in today, most of us are going to be working in IT environment, software development and a lot of things. And in this market, the market is always on a very fast pace. A lot of things changes so fast. You might be working on this project and you find out that the market has moved on. You have to try to catch up with the market. So many projects we have been working on, or we spend a lot of time working on 2 years ago, is now obsolete. AI have made all of them obsolete. So we are now coming back to see how we are going to start integrating AI into the whole system we have built over the years. So that is adaptability. You cannot say no when the stakeholders want a change. When they are requesting for a change, you cannot say no. All you need to do is follow the due process. We have due process of affecting a change. So that is where this adaptability comes in. So the adaptability is the ability to be flexible and adjust plans, strategies, and approaches in response to changing project requirement, priorities, or circumstances. What you call a priority today, you might wake up and go to work, and the project sponsor and is now telling you that what you people agree that is the priority feature is no longer the priority. They've changed their mind. The markets have changed. So they cannot remain where they are. So priorities can change anytime. What is on the front, all of a sudden, can go and take backseat. And you don't have right to question them. All you need to do is apply the due process of affecting a change. You cannot say, the project sponsor, I'm sorry, this is not what we agreed. All you need to do is affect a change. We've discussed the process of affecting a change. Can anyone remind me the process of affecting a change in a project? Any one of us? No one. Okay. If you have just forgotten, I'm sure we treated this topic. Change request. None of us knows what change request means in a project. Is that seriously? Okay. If you don't know what change request, go and read your notes because I'm not going to come and start teaching change requests again because we treated this as a topic. So, changing requirements. Yeah, you need to be adaptable because of this changing requirement. Project managers must be adaptable to navigate uncertainties, embrace change, and ensure project success. Key aspects of adaptability, flexibility, embrace change and uncertainties, remaining open to new ideas. Yes. You need to remain open to new ideas. Feedback and perspectives and adjusting plans and or strategies as needed to accommodate the evolving project need. Yeah, it's very, very important. We're in a very volatile, I call it volatile market where customers, their appetite is so high, so they can change their mind on a product anytime. Technology can come and replace everything, disrupt everything. So you have to remain open to that. If you are working within fintech, before these days, there is nothing like wallet. These days, a lot of things, payment processes we are doing now is through wallet. Yeah, wallet. Before, no, is the highest thing is you go to ATM, use your card. Now we have contactless pay. Yeah, if you are doing a business here in a UK and you are not using contactless pay, you're going to struggle. Even in buses, every bus want to enter bus contactless pay. If you go to shop to buy something or to eat or even train, anywhere is contactless pay. Few years ago, there's nothing like contactless pay. That is the way market. So if they are your stakeholders hired you to build a mobile app for them and with a payment, just a mobile payment like digital bank or even all these banks, and it doesn't have all these features I'm saying, then you have to start again. Because what you'll be building over the years is no longer needed. You must have contactless pay. Yeah, I know in Nigeria, yeah, we already have POS, but the next wave, even, yeah, in Africa, is contactless pay. We already have it in one of our projects we are working on. We've tested it, it's working. So all we are waiting is deployment. I'm just telling you, evolving need. There are so many of them. So you must be very flexible. You are not going to go and start fighting. Yeah, this is not Yeah, what I said is in project charter, or when they just want to a change without allowing you to go through the normal process, you say no. But when they want a change and allow you they have to allow you to go through the normal process. Yes, you allow them. Yes, that's what I mean. Every change must go through change process. We have change request process. Every change, we must be open to that. We have a change control board. Every project must have a change control board. We must be open to changes. Where you are not going to be open is to allow a change without going through change control process. I'm not part of that agreement, because surely you are going to fail in your project. You are going to run into deficit. You are going to run into budget deficit, time deficit. You are going to run into that. But when you go through change control processes, change request processes properly, yeah, you are not going to run into any of these situation I've just mentioned. There's nothing like scope creep if you go through the normal route. It's when you become so naive and they start punching you up and down, then you know you are going to fail. So, resilience, maintain composure and resilience in the face of setback or challenges. Not when you should know before you start a project, that project, they hired you to come and to handle challenges. Company is already facing challenges. That project is a solution to a challenge. That is what you have at the back of your mind. Yes, so you are coming to help them fix a challenge. Yes, even marriage, wedding is a challenge. Wedding as a feast, as a ceremony is a challenge, is a solution to a challenge. So who knows the challenge that wedding is a solution to? Anyone can tell me? Anyone? Okay. It's like today's class is
Yes, solution to loneliness.
Okay.
Being single.
Okay. Loneliness. What is loneliness? A very serious global crisis. Everybody knows that. You know that. Loneliness is one of the greatest global crises we have today. A lot of people are dying out of loneliness. Yeah, it's a serious matter. And because of that, we have a company called Need Companion, a company that provides companion for any kind of lonely person, which is already we've meet all the requirements. It's already in the market. All our applications already in the market. If you go to Google Play Store, you type Need Companion, you see our application there. So we're about to launch. So it's a serious crisis. So every project where I'm using wedding is that because we might say I'm the project manager for a wedding event, and I don't think it's a challenge, it's a ceremony where everybody is happy. Yes, the ceremony, but it's solving a problem, a big challenge, trying to get people married, to get companionship, and not to die of loneliness and congeal. So some of us might know what is congeal, yeah. Well, some of us who are pastors here or reverend sisters might not know what that means. So it's for, yeah. Okay. All right. The next one is creativity. You need to be extremely creative. That's what I was thinking out of box. Think creatively and innovatively to develop alternative solutions or approaches to address unexpected challenges or constraints, leveraging available resources and expertise. Good. Let me tell you, if you are managing a project, if anything goes wrong, you have no excuse. Are you getting my point? You have no excuse. The excuse is that you failed because if you are using a Google Meet, which I'm using now, and it stopped working, you cannot go and tell your director or your senior managers or the project sponsor, yeah, the Google Meet we are using didn't work. So that's why for this week, we've not been able to have a meeting. I hope you understand. I'm not going to understand. Yes, I'm not going to understand because we have Zoom. We have so many of, we have a GoToMeeting. We have a Microsoft Team. We can equally use WhatsApp to have a meeting, you know, a virtual meeting. So you cannot say because Google Meet failed because of that, we didn't have meeting today. No, we are not going to understand. So that's why you have to think out of box. So yeah. We couldn't use PowerPoint to do our presentation. PowerPoint, we'll try it, it didn't work. So yeah, that's why we do not have our slides today's meeting. Please, everybody, bear with us because no. If PowerPoint is not working, then Google Slide is even free. Not only Google Slide, there are so many, it's not only Google, there are so many other companies have developed so many other slides, which is very as beautiful as PowerPoint. So we do not have, yeah, if it's, you are using Facebook is not working, then you can use Instagram. If Instagram is not working, you can use TikTok. If TikTok is not using, you can use Twitter. If WhatsApp is not working, you can use Telegram. So you cannot say it's not working. We don't want that word, it's not working. Yeah. So that's why you have to think creatively and look for alternative that is being adaptable. You don't just constrain yourself. When you say it's not working, it's because you develop a rigid mindset. You become so bureaucratic. Yes. And with that, you are going to very much struggle. Bureaucracy is not good in project management. So risk management, you must anticipate potential risk or disruption to project progress and develop contingency plan or mitigate strategy to address them proactively, meaning you do not wait for the risk to happen. Before the risk happens, you already anticipated ahead of time. That's what you do when you've gone to buy a car. You don't wait for your car to have an accident before you start looking for remedies. You know, even before the car, you put the car on the highway, the car should always get insurance. You know, we Nigerians, we don't know what insurance is, but here is a compulsory. Yeah, insurance is extremely compulsory. You know, even a TV, here we insure TV, we insure microwaves, We insure. What do we not insure? Everything these days, insure everything, even phone. Yeah, we insure phone, we insure. What do we not even? I think the only thing that we cannot insure these days is the clothes you wear. Anything electronics, no matter how small it is, microwave, washing machine, name them. All of them get insured. So when any of them all of a sudden park is not working again, and they are not prepared to bring out lump sum amount of money, to replace it, yeah, insurance covers you. Just let the insurance company know, and they will come and replace it for you. Easy peasy. Yeah. So that is it. So have plan, even for your life. We have life insurance package so that if you are, even if you are not doing it for your family to get something to fall back when you die, then at least let them have something to bury you, to buy a coffin, and give you some respect. Yeah. So that's it. So that is risk management. So you must not wait till it happens. And that's why we have what we call raid meeting. We'll talk about raid meeting. Every week as a project manager, make sure your team have raid meeting. It's a skill set, develop it. If you're working on waterfall environment, if you're working on agile environment, of course, you know that every day you must have a stand-up meeting. That daily stand-up meeting you are having every day in agile project is a risk management meeting. Why is it risk management? Because what you come there to do is to tell the team what you'll be doing, what you plan to do, and the challenges you are having. That challenges, the main purpose is to tell them, yeah, the progress and challenges that can disrupt this progress you are having. So every day you talk about potential challenge. You don't need to wait till it happens before you start talking about it. So risk management is another aspect of adaptability. And communicate changes. So being able to communicate changes. I've told you people, you need to be transparent. All these project documents you have, everything is not your own. You must be able to communicate changes to team members. Don't say, hey, I'm the project manager. Yes, I've discussed it with the stakeholders and the project sponsors. After all, the team members, it's their business to know. After all, we've sorted it, we handle it at the top. No. Every little change must be communicated properly to the whole stakeholders, not just every team member must know. So communicate changes or adjustment to project plan or strategies clearly and transparently to team members and stakeholders, making sure that they highly align and understand the current vision or the trend. Is extremely important. So these are 5 key aspects of adaptability, which you need to wear as a clothes, because this is something you should do every day as long as you are a project manager. You don't need to wait. When I get to execution stage, I will start being flexible. I will start being resilient. I will now switch onto my creativity. And no. From day one, even if you do not have any projects you are handling and you are a project manager, like seriously, after this boot camp, your orientation should change. If after this boot camp and you are still behaving the way you are behaving people should know that something has changed. People should be able to ask, I've noticed that there is way you are behaving now like a very refined person. What happened, my man? Things have changed. People should ask you this question. If people do not ask you this question, it doesn't matter even if you don't have gotten a job as a project manager. People must know that you have changed. They must see some changes in the way you deal with people. If they don't see it, then no, you just come here to dash me money. And thank you for that. I will collect it again and again and again if you come back again until you tend to change. I'm not gonna come and change you. You know, I've seen this one guy I used to watch his comedy. You will be hiding and be catching people. You'll be punching you. You must accept Christ. It's by force. He will kick you, drag you down, be flogging you, must accept Christ. He says it's not by force, so it's not that they say that kingdom of God separate violence, and you must take Christ by force. Anyway, me, I'm not gonna come and fight you to beat you to be project manager by force. So, yeah. If you have been a perpetual latecomer, from the rest of this meeting, try to always be here before me. Make it as just as a sacrifice for yourself, you know, for the sake of this boot camp for me to. So let me just be coming to, yeah, make sure you join before I join. Before, if it's 7, make sure you join before me. Then that's change. People start seeing that change. It's extremely important. Yeah. If it's in your family, the way you talk about innovate, the way you solve problem, people should start asking you more. Yeah. There's one of us, this guy got just promoted to a team lead because the way he started doing things. Everybody noticed, even some of the deliverable, they just have a meeting, no reports, he will prepare a report and share the report to everybody. They say, where did you learn all this? He learned how to share report, to prepare reports, do a lot of things. And it was a huge, improvement in the whole organization. And he was he was promoted just like that. So you don't need to land a job before you start showcasing yourself. Practical adaptability, scope changes. Respond to changes in project scope and requirement by adjusting plan, timeline, and resource allocation accordingly. Ensure alignment with project objective and stakeholder expectation. Yeah. A lot of things revolves around this scope. Scope. That is boundary. As a project manager, you are like the chief of army staff, the chief of defense staff in that project. Always monitoring boundary to see if there is any Boko Haram people trying to cross their boundary. We failed as a nation because we don't checkmate our borders. Our borders become so porous. People from every corner, from all countries, all the insurgents, from Chad, from Niger Republic, from any kind country, they will just move into Nigeria and be terrorizing Nigeria because the leaders feel they do not understand what scope means. If they do understand what scope means, just the way you protect your family, that project is like your family. If you should manage a project And the project you are managed, you find yourself, you are out of scope. That is what we call it scope creep. Then know that your family is not safe because we are not qualified to manage your family. Yes, and what I'm saying this because if there's somebody, unknown person can just come into your family and sow a seed in your family and you do not know. Yeah. So that is it. Even your children, it can be through your children, it can be through any means, so you can sow. That is boundary. The way you see, so many of us, we are very, very jealous of our family. Don't want any, no, I keep on telling, don't take anything from strangers. No, that is scope boundary management. That is scope management. You are trying to secure your boundary very well. If our leaders have been able to develop this mindset of scope management, protecting your scope. For instance, I become the governor of Enugu State. I must make sure that all the boundaries is highly identified. All our boundaries and position men there. Forget about all these checkpoints within the main state. No. That is not even a problem. The problem is the boundary where these people are coming in, checking what is coming into your state, ammunition coming into your state, people coming into your state. But so many of us, what they do is that once their own boundary, if you want to go to government house, if you see the amount of security men in the gate of government house, if you see the kind of wall they used to build around government house, then you know that these people are just very wicked sort of people. They know what they are doing. They've secured, even if you get into government house, before you can see the governor, so they already know it. All they know is this is a pilot phase. The way you secured government house, extend it to the whole state. And you're not gonna hear all this issue of kidnapping, this and that, because you never hear that they went to government house to kidnap anybody, to kidnap governor. How many governors have they kidnapped from? Fear will not even agree. How can you even go there? How? So they know what they are doing. It's not a big deal. That's the way you govern, the way you protect government house. Expand it. Protect the whole state. Or like the way they protect Aso Rock. What they call it Aso Rock. How do you dare think of going to Aso Rock to kidnap somebody in Aso Rock? Did you drink Fi or what? So why can't they expand that protection to all of us? So protect your scope very well. If you protect it very well, then you find out that if they've given you £10,000, that you will even have change. You have change. If they give you 6 months, you deliver the project in 4 months. But if you don't protect a lot of side attraction, before you know it, you start doing what you are not supposed to do. You waste a lot of time on so many irrelevant meetings. This is what is eating your time. And that is it. Before you start struggling. Yeah, so that is number 1 of application. Resource constraints. Address resource constraints or limitation by reallocating resources, outsourcing tasks, or seek alternative solutions to ensure project progress. Thinking out of box is extremely important. Don't just see they give you £10,000 to deliver this project. You look, I'm living in England, in this London. How can £10,000 implement a CRM system for me? It's not possible. You just go to the project sponsor. No, it's not gonna work. £10,000 is not good. Yeah. Even if they manage to increase the budget, they are not, because before they decide to bring out this budget, they must have had a series of meetings and know that this is what the organization can afford. They don't just wake up and provide this funding for you. So when they are providing that funding and accepting you to do the job, you must have evaluated that, yes, you should be able to do this job. You should be able to deploy this project with this amount of money. If you are thinking out of box, you should then try on resource constraints. This is, stop hiring costly personnel. If you want to hire developers in the UK, it's going to be costlier to hire developers in UK. Go to India, hire developers there. Go to Nigeria, hire project managers and business analysts from Nigeria. Go to Ghana or Uganda, hire virtual assistants from there. Small amount of what we are going to use to hire one project manager in the UK, we hire 2 project managers from Nigeria, from Upwork. Yeah, the same thing in India. That is the way you are thinking out of box. Don't confine yourself. I'm in London. This kind of money cannot implement this kind of project in London. It's not gonna work. Very soon you become very, very unpopular in the market. You see, even recruiters will not stop calling you. Yeah? But when you already tell them, carry them along, show them how you navigate this, they will start clapping for you. When there is any challenge, everybody say, that guy, go look for him. Yeah. So that's it. Technology adoption. Part of being creative, thinking out of box. Technology are there to help you. But instead of us trying to use technology to help us, we are there fighting technology. Fighting technology. Something that is there to help you, you start fighting it. If you go to Nigerian universities, everything they are teaching us is obsolete. Obsolete. The professors and the lecturers, instead of trying to learn new technology, they start warning students. Don't, if I catch you using AI, I would, in short, you are not going to graduate in this. Why are you doing that? You are fighting technology. Technology that's supposed to help you. You see some of these big bankers, when the blockchain comes in, Bitcoin came in, they started fighting everybody, all their publication. Don't use Bitcoin. Bitcoin will do this. Bitcoin will crash. Why are they doing this? Bitcoin is the fastest means of payment. They started lobbying. You know, some of them will pack money and go to central bank, lobby people in central bank. They will go to National Assembly, started lobbying people in National Assembly not to implement the Bitcoin in Nigeria, to destroy it, all this and that for what? You are fighting technology. But some countries who knows how to use, who understand technology, like China, like Japan, like United States of America, they keep on waxing. They keep on moving from strength to strength. Some of us who do not know, we keep on fighting technology. Yeah. So we should not fight technology as leaders. Because as a project manager, you are a leader. I'm not just, don't constrain your mind to building a website or a mobile application. You see yourself as a project manager, as the next governor of your state, as the next local government chairman of your state, as the next head of department, as the next vice chancellor. This is the way you should be seeing yourself. And you see all these jobs you are seeing there, job will be everywhere. We should not fight technology. It's extremely important. Yeah. Lecturers, so many of them, because they don't like comfort. They don't want you as a student to live in comfort. They think that when you are suffering, then you are learning. Some of them are meant that learning is synonymous with suffering. When you are sweating, they say you sweat. No. So instead of them having executive classes with their students, even teaching from home, some of them have decided to teach from home using Zoom and the rest of them. But some of them are insisting you must come to class, even if it's raining, even if the sunshine is the heat, the weather is 50 degrees, you must still, under that hot weather, come to class, because they feel that here as a student you should suffer. We should not have that kind of stupid mentality. Learning should be sweet. Learning should be cool. Yeah. Projects should be very smooth running. You know, payment should be very fast. If you are making a payment, accessibility to your money should be top notch. Anyhow you want to access your money, anyhow you want to transfer your money, you should be able to do that. And we have technologies that can help you do that. If there is any downside of any particular technology, we should not see it as an avenue to downgrade the technology. We should find a way to consolidate and build up on that. For instance, if there is a technology, we find a fault, it can easily be used to scam people. Then we build around that area. Not because of that, we downgrade that technology. So technology adoption is important. It's helping us. Don't be those people fighting technology, because technology will always win. You will always lose when you keep fighting technology. You know, so many people, Nigerian, you know how many times Nigerian government have tried to ban Facebook or social media in Nigeria. They want to ban it. But they will go there as well and be talking in Facebook. All of them have social media pages. Do you know how many people who have been able to put food on their table because of social media? If you talk good, you make money. If you talk rubbish, you still make money from social media. Through content creation. These are technologies. So it should be working for us. These are tools designed to work for us, not to destroy us. So embrace new technologies or tools that enhances project efficiency, collaboration, and communication, adopting workflow and process to leverage technological advancement effectively. So be one of those, be technology evangelists. That's why we have been digital technology business school. Yeah, I love digital technology. Technology, I love it. You know, that's why those who really understand technology, they are the richest people in the whole world, more especially from digital technology. They are the richest people in the whole world. Count the first 20 billionaires or 20 richest people in the whole world. They are all digital technology, you know, from digital technology. Elon Musk started from digital technology. PayPal, you know, that's where it started. And so many of them, it started growing. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Amazon, name them digital technology. They are the billionaires. OpenAI, all of them are billionaires. So if you want to be a billionaire, then the first thing you have to do is to start loving technology. I'm telling you. Yeah, agriculture is good. Yes, you will have sustainable living as an agriculturist. Good and fine. As a teacher, good and fine. You have a sustainable living. As a medical doctor, you have a sustainable living. All of them fine. But if you want to become a billionaire, today, tomorrow, the first step is to start loving digital technology. I'm not lying. Yes. And if you want your project to become a success, you must start loving technology. That is it. So, market dynamics respond to changes in market condition, customer preferences, or industry trend by adjusting project strategy or priority to remain competitive and meet evolving need. So, customers are the king. You know, always try to understand the direction, preferences. People like Nokia phone, they started failing because they always think, yes, we are the king of mobile phone. We started it. Yeah, you can start something and they will just take over from you and you start becoming a follower. They started it and Apple, boom, from nowhere, through innovation, listening to people, collecting feedback and responding to feedback, and Apple become everywhere. Everything here, how many of us here, almost all the women in Nigeria are using iPhone. Almost all the women in Nigeria. If you're not using iPhone, they don't see you as a big girl. Yeah. But in the early days, it's Nokia. If you don't have Nokia, you are not a big boy. You are not a big girl. But today, it's iPhone. That is what makes you a big girl. And yeah. So try to respond to market changes in any project you are working on is important. And that's it. So that's all we can say about adaptability and flexibility. So, and then we move to time management. Time management. So if you don't know how to manage time, you are going to struggle as a project manager. That's why I'm keep telling people, start learning to love punctuality. Start from punctuality. If you don't know how to start time management, the first way to start it is being punctual. Stop being late to events. If you grew up, most of all grew up with the mindset of African time. When they say African time is always the standard time for African time is 2 hours behind schedule. If a meeting is supposed to start by 12 o'clock, then in some cases, a meeting that is supposed to start by 12 o'clock, some of the people that are attending the meeting, by 2 o'clock, they start preparing for the meeting in their house. So by 2 o'clock, they are still in the house. Some of them by 3 or by 4, that's when they will come. They tell you it's African. I've gone to so many wedding, traditional marriage, and if you come to the invitation card, they tell you 2 o'clock prompt. It's so annoying to say 2 o'clock prompt, and you go there by 2, and you find out that the traditional marriage is going to start by 5 o'clock. Why are they doing that? Why? So, you are going to be the one to change this kind of narrative. You are not waiting for anybody. You can start by teaching your children. Like so many of us, we're already corrupt. To panel beat us is going to take time, no matter how you want it. To panel beat us is going to take time. So, but we can start by molding the next generation on this issue of time management. Because so many of us here ended up being very poor because we didn't manage our time very well. Our life is a project. We didn't manage our time very well. You know, in Nigeria, you see somebody who is 40 years and they are still calling him a small boy. And he's 40 years, you know, it's unbelievable. And, you know, there's a election that happened in Nigeria when I was the local government chairman. And they were meant to elect a youth leader. And do you know whom they elected as a youth leader? Somebody who is around 55 years was elected as the youth leader. Wow. Wow. In UK, they call such person a grandpa. But a grandfather here in UK, at the age of 55, you're already a grandfather. Because here, at the age of 21, at the age of 20, you should already have a child as a guy here. Yes, 20, 21, you already have a child. Your first child at the age of, you know, that's why I see some people, they are complaining that Pella and Jarvis, they are married. I think Pella is around 20. Both of them is around that age of 20, 21. They are complaining. They should even be more than 20. Maybe they I'm sure they should be around 25 or thereabout. But they are still complaining, why are they married? You see, the social media is crazy about them. And they got married. When do they want them to get married? When Jarvis is about to hit menopause, is that when you want her to get married? Huh? So many problems we are facing today, we created the problem for ourselves. And let us be honest with ourselves. Yes. That is time management. Yes, time management. There's age, even in women, there's the age a woman will be. If you touch the woman, automatically the woman will get pregnant. You know yourself. Why not try to be productive within those time? If you want to enjoy, do what you need to do when you're supposed to do, then later you can start enjoying yourself. That is time management. That's why so many people ended up being poor. Yeah. And parents should equally help in planning it. Because we always feel like he's a small boy, he's a small boy, he's a small boy. At the age of 40, 40 years is a small boy. So why I'm using this to talk about this is because you have to start your time management from yourself, your life as a project, before you start applying it to other aspect of projects. You know, we must always have a target. Target. Your project must always have a target. That's what we call milestones. What do you want to achieve at the age of 25? What? At the age of, as a guy, or as a, don't just, what do you want to write it down in black and white? At the age of 25, I should be in England. Yes, you write it in black and white. At the age of 25, I should have a job. At the age of 25, I should have my business. At the age of 25, I must get married. As simple as that. When you are making this, nothing as a lady or as a guy, it doesn't concern you. Maybe you are saying at the age of, you are 20, and at the age of 25, you want to get married. It's not your business. You know that at the age of 25, that man must be there. Whether the man like it or not, the man must be there. So you must have a plan to get a man there for you. Not waiting, there is no husband. We have too many husbands. But we would never have a plan to provide a husband. Yeah. If you want it, they are there. So many of them. So it's time management. It's because it has never been a plan. It's not in your budget, it's not in your milestones. You know, at the age of 25, you must have your business. If you start planning to have your business at the age of 25 and you are 20, you start looking within your environment. You start looking around possible businesses within your environment. Keke riding is a good business. Okada riding is a good business. Poultry management is a good business. Fashion and design is a good business. It's because we don't see it as a business. This, you become a CEO. Restaurants is a good business. Let's start from small. These are businesses. But we never see it as a business. If you have planned it that way, then you list all the available business that is within you cannot do magic. You can't go and have open AI because open AI is not only way to have a business. Every environment, every community, God created a lot of businesses. You start from it. At the age of 20, you start developing it. You are going to make a lot of mistakes. You make mistakes in first year, second year, third year, you consolidated. Fourth year, your business is accelerated. At the fifth year, which is the 25th, when you are 25, your business is already accelerating. You hit your target. But they are waiting, there is no job. Or they say no job these days. After all, I'm not the only person I've graduated. I'm not the only person. See the other guy there. He too, he graduated before me, no job. Can we kill ourselves? You know, this government, Tinubu is a bastard. Continue to call Tinubu bastard because you never plan. You never plan yourself. It's not Tinubu that's going to come and plan for you. It's not your governor that's going to come and plan for you. Yeah, so it's you that failed. Nobody failed, not the governors. Yeah, they did not fail. It's a gospel truth. And you, as a woman who's saying there's no husband, there are so many of them. Look around, so many. Package yourself, they will come. Be ready to go and build a home. Some of you who do not want to build a home, you want to go and enter, what they call it, Prado Jeep over. So that's what you're waiting. But you do not know that you yourself can build a business that you can buy a Prado Jeep as a lady. Let me tell you, a business a man can do well, you a lady can do it, can do better in that business. When you add your feminine touch on it, you take over the business from men. That's what you do not know. A customer who is going to come and patronize a guy, he will come and patronize you. If you have a mechanic workshop, you close all the mechanic workshop around that environment, everybody will come to you because you're a lady. And before you know it, you blow. But everybody do not want their nails to break. You don't want your nails to break. And that's what is the problem. It is these digital skills, you bury your head on these digital skills and learn it. Become the best of the best. 5 years ago, the best in my class was 17 years. 17 years old, and she's hitting gig of $40 an hour. 17 years, just first year in the university, and 17 years, and he's hitting gig. So, a small girl, and some graduates are there shouting, no job, oh, no job. Oh. But a girl of 17 years is already hitting. So, the point is, time management is beyond just looking at it to use it to manage simple problems. It's everything. If you want to do well, then you have to manage your time. If you want to become a footballer, you cannot wait till when you become 20 before you go and start. No. You start from at least age of 8, 9, 8, or even 7. You start building up. All these people may see them. They didn't born them and they become talented. No, they learn it and start applying it. And they keep on making practice, and they become perfect. Nobody is a James Bond in driving. Most James Bond drivers, the day they started driving, they had accident, they bashed the car so many times. Before they become James Bond, meaning that practice makes perfect. So, that is it. So, this time management is extremely important. It's the process of prioritizing tasks, allocating resources, and managing workload efficiently to meet deadline. Yeah. So all this I'm talking about, target is deadline. Target is deadline. How many of us have deadline in our life? Yeah, that is it. Deadline. For me, I've already said, yes, I've worked so much. I've worked so many places. I've worked with so many organizations, big companies, government at high level. Yes. And once I'm 50 years, I'm going to have my company. I'm going to be working only for my companies. And when I made that target, yeah, I was within 40 and I started building. If I tell you a lot of companies that I've built that have failed, you won't believe it. I will build this one, it will fail. I will build this one, it will fail. I will build this one, I will register this one, I will do it this way. I will build a lot of things. That is it till so many of them started staying. So many of them started sustaining. So many of them started consolidating. And before I hit these targets, I have so many companies already. Yeah. And that is how we started. Yes. In this my school, which is one of them, I started teaching in this school 6 years ago. I started teaching for free. Now it's now a properly full-funded company. Even the government is aware of this company. Government in this company is aware. We're looking at a lot of big partnership coming in that's going to run into millions of pounds. It didn't just happen. I made sacrifices. I set a target. And now it's not only me. We are servicing a lot of people from all over the world. We have a lot of people we are paying salary, and we are still growing. And that is it. So the point is, you must set targets. Every little deliverable, every little task must have a target. You must have a deadline. Don't play with your deadline. Don't congratulate your team member for messing up with a deadline. Don't say, oh, good man. No. If they mess up with deadline, you might decide to even put their salary on hold as a punishment. Yes. And you see every other person will start keying in. Every other person become disciplined. So time is extremely important. So I don't want us to be poor people. Because the only way we can be poor is if we do not start planning on time, if we don't set targets for ourselves. That's how we become poor. And that's how you end up not realizing your goal. It happens in projects. Key aspect of time management, prioritization, identify and prioritize tasks based on their importance and urgency and impact on project objective, focusing on high priority activity that contribute to the most project. Give more attention to the most important thing. That's prioritization. Planning, develop detailed project plan. We all know how project plan looks. We all know how to develop a project plan. We all know what schedule means. We all know what timeline means in project plan. You must have a project plan so that every activity must have a deadline. Every activity, if you have 10 activities in your project life cycle, that 10 activity, each of them must have a deadline. We already done that already. Schedule time, develop project plans, schedule and timeline that outline key milestone deliverables and deadline, allocating resources and estimating task duration accurately. All of us knows how to do that. It's very important. Everything is pointing at having milestone and deadline. You must be very organized as well in order to be in charge of yourself. Being in charge of your time is being in charge of yourself. You are in charge. So many of us we are not in charge of ourselves. Yeah, because we're not organized. Organize project related information, document and resources. systematically, ensuring easy access and retrieval when needed to facilitate efficient work. So if you don't know how to document, it's going to be very difficult. Filing. In a conventional office, a lot of people hire secretaries in their office to help them organize their filing, so that once you want this file or this document, bam, they will go and get it for you. As a project manager, these are things you must have to do for yourself. You learn how to do it. You don't need to go hire anybody to come and file your ID. You must learn how to do that one yourself. And these days, all these things are no longer manual. Most of them these days we do it digitally. So there are so many ways to do that. Yeah. So all documents, just like when I shared project collaborative environment, you see FreeCamp, there are folders. You can create as many folders as possible in FreeCamp and put all the deliverables where they are supposed to be, so that when somebody is looking for a deliverable, a file that is within initiate stage of a project, they will just go there and look for it. When they are looking for planning stage, they will go there, plan it very well, and you see your project will become so sweet. Delegation, you must delegate authorities. Like I said, we'll talk about this delegation. Yes, it's going to help you in time management. You cannot do everything yourself. It's very important you know how to delegate some work to team members. You must know how to monitor progress against the schedule. As a matter of fact, these are things you need to be doing every day. Monitoring all the activities, making sure that everybody is working towards achieving their goal. Every small timeline, you monitor who is working on there. You are not just going to wait till when the person didn't deliver and you start asking, why didn't you deliver? You must be monitoring what they are doing on a daily basis to make sure that they are working on that file. They are working on completing that task, not when the person couldn't deliver. That's what you realize. Oh, this guy didn't submit this, so you start. But you did not look. If you have been monitoring, if you know that the guy is not even working on that deliverable for 2 days now, a deliverable that's supposed to be, the guy is supposed to finish in 1 week, and you never checked what the guy has been doing, and all of a sudden, at the lapse of the task, to find out the guy didn't submit. So many of us are going to be working with freelancers. Some of these freelancers you are looking at, including you, have so many jobs at the same time. Yes, they have so many jobs at the same time. If you don't monitor them, they will do the job where they are pressurizing them, because they collect jobs, different jobs, and they will pushing them. So you have to keep monitoring to make sure that the job is getting done. That's the only way it can be ready at the due date. Monitor. Adaptability, be flexible. We just finished adaptability. You see, all these skills, they are interwoven. You must have all these skills. They work together. So be flexible and adaptable in responding to changes and scope, requirement, or prioritize adjustment adjusting plan and schedule as needed to accommodate shifting priorities and or unforeseen challenges. And time tracking. Time tracking is very important as well. Track time aspects on tasks and activities accurately using time tracking tools or techniques to identify inefficiencies. Some people use some of these tools to monitor the laptop, more especially those working remotely, to monitor your keyboard, you know. So if once you are not active, they know you are not active, and it's becoming, they will just check up on you. So try to make sure you track time. Any way you can track your time, you must track and monitor. That is important. The practical application, task prioritization, you must prioritize tasks. The most important task must come first. Yes, it's important. Schedule optimization, optimize project schedule and timeliness by identifying critical parts. Yes. So when we do schedule optimization and critical parts, it helps us to see the critical area that we don't need to play with. Areas that cannot, we can't afford to have delays, and we monitor it. We've done critical part as well, so it's important. Resource allocation, allocate resources such as personnel, budget, and equipment efficiently to ensure project tasks are completed on time and within budget. And during the allocation, we'll talk about contingencies. Always make sure you have contingency plans. Time blocking, block out dedicated time slot for specific time or activity in your schedule. Minimize distraction and interruption to focus on high priority effectively. If you are such person that gets easily distracted by social media, make sure you have a timetable when you visit those social media. Block out your time. You don't have time for social media. Yeah. When it's time for social media, you just visit social media. As you are in social media, monitor your time. Even if you don't have a job, you know that looking for a job is a big job. So you have a job. Don't say, well, spending time in social media because I don't have a job. That you don't have a job, they are paying you. Doesn't mean you don't have anything you are doing with your life positively. Or even all the time gossiping, following what, looking for what Yul Edochie said, looking for what this person said. Then you want to read all the comments in Judy Oxen and May Nation, all these things. Then from there you navigate to Regina Daniel and Ned Nwoko. From Ned Nwoko, you navigate to World Cup and started harassing FIFA. You know, you don't have a job. You know, this time is a quality time. You can use it to, look for 1 or 2 jobs in Upwork, make application, retouch your CV, go to LinkedIn, apply for 1 or 2 jobs, collaborate with your team members who are looking for a job. Is there any job? Any of you got a job? Some of those who are working, is your company recruiting? So these are the things that you do not have active job that is paying. Doesn't mean, or you can be developing other things as everybody is now have a page in social media. Then you can channel that time you used to spend on other people's page on your own page, because it's now obvious that like everybody should have a page in social media that is paying them. Even the president, even governor's son have a page that is paying. If Ozona can have a page, you see the way Ozona is working hard. Some of you, at times, I don't know, understand what, you'll be very busy criticizing a young man who is trying to build his page, who is trying to build his digital. You don't know that digital space is a very big asset now. He's working day for you to see. As rich as his father is, he's working because you know that one day his father is not going to be governor. In short, as a matter of fact, it's not up to 4 years now remaining. Let's just call it 3 years. The father is no longer going to be governor. So if the father keep giving him money all the time as governor, what if the father is no longer governor? I know so many governors today who do not touch the kind of money they used to touch like that. Even if you are going to see them, you are going to go give them something because they are former governors. They are not going to give you. Because you see all these rich men, the way they get money, that's the way the money goes out. 2 years, or let's call it 4 years after the person is no longer a governor and the person will package himself very well, the person will be broke. Yes, and you don't know your next political move. Political space is not owned by you. Somebody who has never been in politics can appear from nowhere and hijack the space and chase you away. So you see the small boy working hard day and night, posting up to 3 videos every day. He's already reading our mindsets. He knows what will trigger emotion. Yeah, very calculative. He'll be posting them. Everybody will say, why is he dressing like this? At times he will show his body. But all these ladies out there who are wearing pants, even married women, wearing pants, showing their bra, everything, nobody's talking about it. Are they not human beings as well? Everybody is working hard to grow their page. And you are there in their page, commenting and attacking them. So why not you yourself start developing your page? Because now everybody needs to develop page. Yes, very important. So that is it. So that is one thing you need to, time blocking. All this time you spend wasting, no time should be wasted. Yeah, if you are going to have some time to look at other things, make sure that this is time for this is time for this. Because you don't have a job doesn't mean you should spend all your time doing nothing. You must spend your time cultivating in your own farm. Facebook page is a very big farm now. That post is seed. Go and seed some posts in your Facebook farm and let them grow. Yeah. So that is it. If you can have one Facebook, YouTube, yeah, it doesn't matter these days. Even if you are in the remotest place in your village, some people, what they like to see is that, like so many of us now, I've not been in Nigeria, so many people have not been in Nigeria for a long time. I would like to see some of these posts in all these villages. It gives me joy to see them. You know? Yes. So if you are posting that kind of, there are viewers waiting for that kind of content as well. If you are, I know this girl, she pick a niche. All the time you see her going to the farm, cultivating, harvesting cassava, washing cassava, peeling cassava, doing it, dirty things, always frying gari, doing all those things. And that's how the girl got attention. Everybody, hey, this dirty garage girl, hey, this dirty garage girl, this. And this girl know what she was doing. As she was doing this, she's a medical, a nursing student. She's doing all this dirty garage, all this and that. Before you know it, she grew her page to 1 million followers. Yeah. Before you know it, bah. I think the girl is married now, and she's landed. She's no longer in Nigeria. Maybe she's abroad working as a nurse now. She doesn't have, and her page is still growing, generating revenue for her. So, deadline management, break down project deliverable into small manageable tasks. We've done that in our project management and project planning, I mean. Yeah, break them into manageable phases with clear deadlines, setting realistic expectation, and the milestone to track the progress. Yeah. So with this, you see that you all this technology, all these tools, all these methodologies, all these techniques, you learn them. But from what we've seen now, we need these charismatic skills to help us do everything, become a good project manager. Yeah. For you to manage even the tools you are going to, you need these skills like time management skills. All these are soft skills. You need to learn how to do it. You need to learn how to apply it. Some of them, technology cannot just apply. It's you that, even if you need to use technology to apply it, it's you that is going to come from you. You need to learn it, build it, inculcate it, develop it. It's in you. So that is what we mean by soft skills. If you can master these 5 soft skills we've been talking about, then you're already a project manager. Yes. So thank you for being part of tonight's class. So we've tidied these soft skills.
Thank you.
So you have to make sure you go take your time, practice all these things we're saying. My own, these are things I have to say it. It's you that have to practice it. I'm not going to come and drag you from all this gossip page to go, Vivian, leave Judy page, go to your own page. I'm not gonna do that. But you have to make sure, no matter how you love people, Judy, or you love you, or you love it, don't you want people to follow you as well?
Okay.
Yeah, let other people. It's time for people to love you now. You can say, yes, I've followed people on Facebook all my life. It's now for people to follow me. You cannot be shy to come and tell people, please follow my page. I don't see it as being, yeah, and people will say, no, you don't need to do that. I see Sheyi Tinubu posting on his page all the time, trying to tell people, please like my page, this and that. Sheyi Tinubu. I see this guy, Obi Kubana, all the time, telling people to follow his page, begging people to follow his page. But you, Vivian, is too big to tell people to follow your page. Please open that camera. You don't run. Okay. And you see Ozona Soludo, even removing his clothes to beg people, please follow my page. So let us try to be more productive, you know. We'll see our life as a project. Start it. Give yourself a job. The first job you can secure as a project manager is to review your life and start managing it as a project. Yeah. And every other thing will follow. As a matter of fact, if I'm looking for a job, if I see somebody who have used his life as a project he has managed, I will hire that person. If the person has packaged, because if the person packages very well, there's no way the person will not be a success. If you'll be able to deliver your life the way you deliver a project and the project come out successfully, and you deliver, then you are going to be a very successful guy. Yes. And yeah, you have too many projects in your house. So many of us here who have children in the house, every of your child is a project. Yes. Start writing project breakdown structure in all of them, all of their head. Create a file in all of them. Project, if it's Ebube, you see project breakdown structure of Ebube and start managing it. Yeah. All right. If you have question, yeah, have opportunity to ask question and we can close. Mercy. Two Mercies. First Mercy. Mercy Ichi. Okay, the other one is Mary. The other one is Mercy. Yeah. Mercy Ichi. Past.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
To clarify if we are supposed to have a topic on change request, because at the beginning of the class you mentioned something like that, and we've not had any particular topic on change request.
Yeah, but we've talked about change request so many times.
Yes, we've talked about it, but I just wanted to clarify if we're supposed to have a topic on it.
Okay, I'll look at it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Mary Obawa. Please,
Unmute yourself or unmute yourself.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, class. Good evening, sir. Thank you for the class, sir.
Good evening.
So my question is adaptability. Can being too adaptable ever become a weakness in project management?
Can what?
Being too adaptable, like being too flexible, ever become a weakness?
Yeah, too much of everything is bad. So when you become too adaptable, you start playing around with your project. You become adaptable when there is need. Yeah, that is what I mean by being adaptable. Adaptable is that when the team, the project director or the project owner said they want a change, that there's something they want or they want it this way, you listen to them. That is being adaptable. Being adaptable doesn't mean, or flexible doesn't mean that you are going to be playing around because is when it comes, when there is need for you to be flexible, you become flexible, you change, you amend. Yeah? That is adaptable. You cannot just go and start changing requirement that does not require change because you want to be adaptable. You can't do that. You can't bring change You have no right to bring a change in a project. It's the project sponsors have right to bring change, not you. All you need to do is manage their requirement. If they say that they want a change in their requirement, then listen to them and follow the due process, which is change request process. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Samuel Udofia. Frank John.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
So I'm really touched by your time management teaching. Actually,
Okay.
I've taken myself as a project. I actually began yesterday. But my challenge is that in time management, we notice that most of the stakeholders, like the training, some of the training I'm having, one of it is a federal government supported program. They call it TVET, or agri projects. But when the time is scheduled from 9 to 1:30, they will now notice that that is when we are supposed to leave so that I can meet up with other projects. But the coordinators want to extend the time to 3, 4 o'clock. So in that case now, constraining, how do I solve that time creep?
You mean there is clashes in your time?
Yes, sir.
Because
Because
as
I
you are
have
trying
others.
to, as you are trying to express yourself, is clashing. So, in a situation where there is so many clashes in your this thing, then you might have too much workload. You know, you must have be handling so many projects at the same time. So all you need to do is prioritize. There's what we call project prioritization. So select the most important. If it's a training, for instance, now you are having 3 training or 3 classes with us. You're having data analysis, you are having project management, and even from EQUI, you are having cloud computing. Yeah. It might be too much. We call it workload. So you have to reduce your workload. So what you need to do is place all this training in a scale. Which one is most important to you? You must have a reason why one is most important. Is it that this one looks more promising that immediately we are getting it? There are more jobs out there. Is it that this one, you understand this one most? Because as a starter, you have to start from the one you understand before you go to the most complex. This one, you understand it better than this one. Then follow the one that you understand better before you go to the one you are struggling to understand. Or these two, I understand both of them very well. But if I search on the market, there are more jobs on project management than in business analysis. Then in that case, if it's me, I will drop business analysis and concentrate on project management. You see, you are reducing it. So don't bite everything. You bite more than you can chew, and it becomes a problem for you. So use project prioritization to scale down. You need to drop some, because at the moment you have too much workload on the table, and the productivity in all of them is going to be low. So you are not going to give all of them your best, because you are juggling this, you are missing lectures in this, you are missing the output is going to be very poor. So if I'm you, I will scale it down. If it's 1 at a time or 2 at a time, as long as it's not clashing, you need one, even if it's project management, pay attention in project management, learn it very well. Become Messi in project management. Yeah. Once you become a Messi in a particular something, you must score goal. Yeah. And when you start scoring goal, that is the success we are talking about. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. And we're going to, I'll send a form which we are going to fill so that we break this class into, I want it to be into three groups, 3 project groups, which is going to form our internship. So watch out for it. The rest of the week, that is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to give us, once it's out, I give us 2 days to fill the form. After 2 days, we are moving away from that. The point I'm saying this is that you will see some people in 2 weeks' time, yeah, I've not been onboarded, can you onboard me? Once you move and leave you behind, it's going to be difficult for me to come back and start attending to you alone. I don't do that. You find out that you start struggling. So if you have a friend here who has not been regular, who has not been, I cannot be dragged back. So once the form is out, everybody try to rush and fill the form so that you have a group. If you don't have a group when you finish, so be it. You end up not having a group for your internship, and that's how you are going to miss the internship. So that's it. This is my own timeline. If it passes this week, yeah. So I don't want anybody to drag me back on my own time management. As simple as that. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Mr. Charles. Thank
Night.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the internship. Thank you for everything.
So is it a paid internship?